Yeah, Fulham. Yeah, Fulham. I'm talking about football quickly. Yeah, I feel like you guys have done good, and I think you guys are safe already, right? You're safe.
Yeah, we're safe. Yeah,
Yeah. You
we've
see
been
that smile on his face.
we've been very very inconsistent this
Yeah.
year though. That's the disappointing thing.
Mm.
We had 2 games in a row, won 5-0 at home,
Yeah.
and then we're going to teams down the bottom and struggling and losing. So very inconsistent, but yeah, it's good that we're still in the top division. Yeah.
Yeah, and quickly, to just even stay on the topic quickly of football, of sports, just in general. Um, going back like maybe 10 minutes back, you said you done some work into sports as well.
Yeah, I
Like
was a
what?
sports coach for
Yeah,
a while.
sports
Yeah.
coach. What exactly like was you doing? Like to break it down into more detail.
I was teaching children, primary school children, the basics of athletics and rugby, hockey,
Yeah.
things like that. But my main sport was cricket because I still play cricket and I was I still am a level 2 cricket coach. So
Okay.
that was my main sport. Yeah.
Yeah, and what made you fall in love? What made you really, really like? Would you say obviously you still play it? What made you fall in love with cricket? Because I'm gonna be brutally honest, like I am on the red chair. I think it's fucking boring, man. Fucking boring. I feel like I could be if I was one of the people like on the pitches. I feel like I could easily fall asleep. On
Well,
the
do you know,
pitch.
sometimes I feel like that myself in games if they're not
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
But
What made you fall in love though?
it's. I think cricket. You've got to understand it. There's
Yeah.
a lot of rules in cricket. It's quite a complex sport, and to me, it's more like a game of chess.
Okay.
Because you need to think as a bowler. You need to think how you're going to get that batsman out.
Yeah.
As the batsman, you've got to look at where your runs are coming from. There's a lot of tactics in cricket. So yeah, it's just like a big chess game. To
Yeah, like when I was in school, obviously, like when you're in school, PE, like when I was in school doing PE, like I used to love, like, when you're on the field and obviously somebody butts the ball and it's like, you go and what, that feeling of catching it, I'm not gonna lie, I used to love that feeling, but even the batting, it's like the balls they're very solid. Mate.
They hurt.
Fuck me, mate.
I actually, I came from a time when we didn't wear helmets.
Oh my God.
I
bet a few
brought
people
up to wear them. So
Yeah.
Dangerous.
but I started wearing one after there was one game I played on batting and I top edged the ball into my eye.
Oh, yeah.
And it completely closed up and I had stitches, and after that I thought, you know what, maybe helmets are a good idea.
Hi. So going back into acting, like what was your first gig, if that's the right word? What was your first like role that made you say, you know what, I've arrived in this acting thing.
Well,
I've arrived.
I've arrived.
Yeah. Sometimes you do certain things and then you do one particular thing, and then after that one particular thing you say to yourself, you know what, I'm here. This is what I do.
You know what? I don't think I've ever thought that. I still don't now. I think in some ways think I've arrived because I think once you think you're there, you lose a bit of the
hunger.
the hunger for it. So I'm always thinking that I've always got something to learn. I've still got something to learn, even if it's something's gone really well. And you get the rewards, you get the acting award or whatever. You still got to think, but that was that. What about the next one? I've still got to put the effort into the next one,
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, Mike. I would love to give it a go into acting. I would love to try acting. One thing that literally like puts me off, memorizing the lines.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Honestly, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I've got a selective memory. I feel like my brain just wants to remember whatever it wants to remember. I feel like I've got I could do, in terms of like acting, whatever, like, but in terms of like just remembering the lines, I feel like that would be a nightmare. How do you do it? How do you guys do it? Honestly,
it still happens sometimes. You don't remember them all.
Yeah, how do you do it? Like,
personally, for me, I just go over and over the lines in the lead up to the filming. So last thing at night, before I go to sleep, I'll be going through and then I'll put the script down and see if it's in my head, and I'll go maybe speak it or maybe think it, and then you still, oh, hang on, no, what's that? And you'll be looking at it. It's just, you need to put the effort in. And this is what a lot of people don't realise. people who work in other jobs where they clock off at 5 o'clock, and they're like, "Do you want to come for a drink?" And you're like, no, I've got a script to learn. Oh yeah, but you've got like 3 days to do that. Yeah, but I need to do that. They don't understand that without acting, it's not just the time you're on set.
Yeah.
It's the preparation. So it's not that easy. So yeah, I'm pretty unsociable as far as that's concerned.
Have you ever thought about what people call method acting?
So yeah, I mean, there are various forms of acting, various ways of putting your performance across. So, but method to me is, I mean, what is that? Getting into the role, believing you're the...
Yeah, so as far as I can remember, method acting is, for example, if me and you was in a movie and we was about to go set and we're in the same movie or something, yeah, and even way before going on set, it's like you get into character way before even...
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So, to a degree, I follow that method, but only once I'm there. So, because some of these characters you play, you could play a murderer, you could play some really horrible character.
Yeah, for real.
You don't want to be that character while you're with your friends and family.
Yeah, it's true.
So to me, it's like getting to the set. It's almost like putting a costume on, and or a skin of that character. And then you're in that character.
Yeah.
But it can be difficult to get out of as well, because when you finish a role, particularly if it's a very distressing role, it's a very it can be hard to just finish at the end of the night and go, oh, anyway, what are we doing? That's it's. But you need to do that though. You need to remove yourself from it, because it's not you. It's a skin you've taken on.
It's basically another character you're embodying.
You take it off again,
Yeah, because I'm sure one of you guys, or even both of you guys have heard, there's been quite a lot of people who have done iconic roles, right? And after that, after doing the movie, they've spoken about, finding it difficult to basically to shake off that character, because it's been intense, like during the filming, during the acting and whatever. That's obviously certain characters, like they're a little bit more intense than others, like the Joker, like some complex characters and that. So,
but you need to have that in you to know that it's not you. You are taking on this character, and of course he will take over your body for the time you're filming. But once it finishes, you've got to say, you know what, that was hard, but it's gone.
Yeah. I want to talk about mental health, entwined with acting, because us here on the Red Chair talking about, like acting, you're touching on certain things that are very, very they're making me feel like, oh. Meaning, if we talk about mental health and acting, like you said, like with you guys, your job is to basically always act, like, to always embody a different character. You get what I'm trying to say? To always imagine where your job is literally to just basically learn lines, to basically embody another character, right? For me, I feel like as time goes by, surely with certain people, right? Surely that could tamper with your mental health to a certain degree, right?
The weird thing with me, I'd say that it helps.
Fucking hell, Mike. Does it?
Because whatever you've got going on in your life,
yeah,
whatever problems you have, whatever issues, once you're on set, you're no longer thinking like that, because you take on this character, and you can be someone else for a day, for 3 days, for a week, and you don't have to think about that. It's not going to go away. You know, these issues are not going to go away, but for the time you're on set, and that's got me through some difficult times, definitely.
Okay, so you said that actually, so for you, like I said, personally for you,
for me,
acting actually works for you in terms of embodying another person, at least for a day or two, like you said.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's actually really, really interesting, man, because that's one of the main questions that even other actors that in future that we'll get to interview, because I feel like surely some of them, you must play with their heads, like some people, because everyone's got obviously like a different brain, right?
But you have to let these characters go. They come and they go, and it's maybe it's like a demonic possession. You know? And then you're cleansed and you walk away. Yeah.
That's actually really interesting.
But most of the we got some of the actors like they do get to see the script and who they're gonna be playing. Like they get the information gets given to them or what type of person they're gonna be playing. So
yeah.
It's up to you whether you wanna play a different character or another one, depending on.
Yeah, you'll generally get a background story, and it will be pretty much laid out. But even if I don't get a full character analysis and a full backstory, I like to have it in my head, because once I'm playing that character, I don't want to be questioning. You know, oh, what did I do when I was at school? What did I do growing up? Why am I doing this? I like to have it in my head, so that going forward, I'll be confident of everything I do on set. I'll be confident because I know the character, because I know what he would do.
Exactly. Yeah.
Talking about body, I want us to talk about now like body language on camera, right? Once again, certain people say some of the best actors, sometimes they don't need to say much. It's all about body language, sometimes even facial expression, right? I want to talk about that. What are your thoughts on that?
It's expression. When, as I said, I did a lot of theatre before I even got into film.
Yeah.
So I found it's where theatre is very big gestures. It's all about the arm movement and
the action.
once you get into film, and it took me a little while to get this, that you don't need to be doing that. It can be a look, it can be a nod, it can be subtle gestures. It can be a hand on the chin. It can be what you're doing with your hands, and you can say a lot without words.
And you see, like I try to just watch some people in the UK, and I've got a friend. I hope he doesn't mind me saying this. His name is Jermaine Hunter, and he's basically, he's been in a few movies. One of his biggest movies was, do you remember that movie called Attack the Block? Attack the Block. Like John Boyega, a few people actually made their careers through that, moving forward. And basically, like in the UK, basically, putting my friend aside, do you think in the UK there's enough acting opportunities if you really, really want to go for it and keep going? Because some people some people like to say there's not enough opportunities there. But do you think there's enough? Opportunities?
There can always be more, but I think there's enough if you look for them. The problem is certain actors like to be safe in a certain type of role. So obviously it's going to be more difficult for them to constantly find films or with that role,
similarity,
that specific role. Whereas I prefer to play numerous roles. It's nice that you get asked to play the same. I mean, I get a lot of like DCIs and some kind of gangsters, whatever. But it's, for me, being an actor is about being different types of people. That's what the whole job is. So while I'm sure a lot of people feel safe in playing the same roles, and good for them if they're happy, if they're confident. But for me, that's not what acting is about. So but what I'm to come around to what we initially said, if you look for roles, they're out there somewhere.
Go
on, Lana.
No, I was agreeing. I mean, it all depends on what type of role.
What you're looking for.
If going back on UK soaps once again, quickly, EastEnders, Coronation Street, Hollyoaks, big all of them up. I love I used to love watching them, back in the days. Brookside, all of these things. If any of those soaps ever came to you and offered you a 15-year, a 20-year contract to play one character like Phil Mitchell and Ian Wright, Ian Bill, one of them Monday and EastEnders. These guys, we've grown up on these characters, watching them playing the same characters for many, many years. If you ever got that kind of offer, would you ever take that to play one character for over 30 years?
I couldn't see myself doing it. I used to I used to have this conversation with my mum.
Yeah.
She passed away last
Rest
year.
her soul. Rest her soul.
Thank you. But she was a big soap fan, and she always wanted me to have a
I could
role in the
definitely
soaps.
see you there on the.
And she was always, oh yeah, but you want to get a soap role, and I was like, I don't really, because I mean, it'd be great if I could play a character that came in and did something really dramatic, and then disappeared again. Yeah,
like on Christmas, like one of them Christmas specials.
Yeah.
When you come in on a big storyline.
Yeah, but no, I think it would frustrate me. I mean, whenever I've done theatre, a long run of theatre, even though you enjoy it and you enjoy the experience of a different audience every night, it's still a bit like, you know what, you're going through the same
routine
character. You're playing the same role. And
so how did these guys do it? Fucking hell, Phil Mitchell has been there for like 100 years. He's been on this tennis for like 100 years.
But everyone's different, and he's probably very happy doing that. Maybe and it's a great role for him, and everyone knows him. And
absolutely,
top character. And he probably thinks, you know what, I'm happy doing this. I've found a decent level, and I'm happy doing it. Yeah.
So going back to the main question. So you wouldn't really take up.
I don't want to, if any casting directors are watching this, run it past me and see what I think. But I couldn't see myself doing the same role for years. No.
Yeah, and even before we completely move on to more to talk about more about acting, I touched on it a little bit in terms of Hollywood. So even that, if you ever got like a what about if you ever got an offer to move there? This is an offer to move there and maybe work on a series for like a good few years, like on a TV show there.
It doesn't really appeal to me, but I'd have to look at the contract. I'd have to look at the part. I'd have to look at because sometimes you feel you know what you want, but then something comes up and you suddenly think, you know what, that's a good idea. So never say never. But at the moment,
you're good exactly where you are in England.
I'm happy doing roles for a week at a time, maybe 2-3 weeks, and then moving on. That's good.
So for them people, for the people that are listening to this conversation, for the people that are watching this conversation and obviously meeting you for the first time, like let's talk about some of the work that you've done. Like some of the work that's already out there. Like so maybe obviously some people can go and tap in and watch some of your work.
Well. There is stuff all over the place. I don't even know where it is myself.
Yeah. Should we start with should we break it down and maybe start with your theatre work, and then obviously we'll go into movies and other things.
I mean, so the main bulk of the theatre was many years ago. But again, I like to vary it. I did rock operas. Really enjoyed them. I did kind of straight plays, period plays, just random things. The stuff I did returning back in sort of 2018 again was stuff that was really sort of close to my heart. So I did I'm vegan, and I did a play that was sort of 6 small plays within one, which were all related to animal welfare. So that was something that I could really get in, because it was, as I say, it was very close to my heart.
Something very close to your heart.
What are the other things? An absurdist play again. I love the absurdist element of comedy, and the other one was. I'm just trying to think now. I can't always remember what I was doing last week.
Yeah, no, it's all good. What about
toxic masculinity? That was the other one.
Okay,
so it was tales of a monologue revolving around toxic masculinity. Again, it's something that I think is relevant and it's
in
something
our society as men.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
What about movies?
Movies. There are movies on. I don't even know all the formats now. There's certainly quite a few out there on Amazon Prime.
Yeah. What about Netflix?
There's probably odd bits on there. But there's so many. There's Apple TV now. There's is it Tubi? I don't know. Is it
YouTube?
There's stuff on YouTube. I know.
Man said Tubi. You don't really watch YouTube?
there is a Tubi.
Tubi. I thought you literally. Sorry, I thought you meant YouTube. I was about to say, I can't believe I don't know about YouTube.
There's that as well. But there's
Okay.
there's all these formats now, and and to be fair, I don't always see the film myself. I don't get to see the film. I've done a few Bollywood films where
I love Bollywood
because I play sport. I know a lot of the guys from Sri Lanka and India, and they will see the films. They will see the films before me, and they will message me and send me a little picture of it, and they'll say, "This is you, isn't it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I did that film like a couple of years ago." Yeah.
No, I love it.